Good afternoon, boys and girls. How's everybody doing? Excuse me while I run across the road. So those of you with a keen eye will recognise where I am now. Come for a revisit at Torquay Police Station. Here it is. Huge Torquay Police Station. So I'm interested to see if that bench I sat on last time has been removed. Because if it's not, I'm going to sit on it. And it's still there. That's good to see. So yeah, I'm here today again purely to promote photography is not a crime. I don't have a particular reason to be here. I just wanted to know whether they had learnt their lesson from last time or not. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit in exactly the same spot and we're going to do exactly the same thing, and we're going to see just how long it takes for these guys to come out. Now, I know last time there was somebody who went in who actually saw me, which was why the police came out. I'm wondering this time whether I'll be left alone. It'd be nice if I was, because as we know, we're not doing anything wrong, so hopefully they'll leave us alone. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, because I think last time I was sat here I was dying for a wee as well, wasn't I? I've just been on a long old bus ride. I've travelled pretty much right the way across Torquay. There's another video going to go up. I don't know if you would have already seen it or if I put it up yet. From Brixton Police Station, which is literally the other side of the bay where I am. And it's quite a way on the bus in this heat. Anyway, not that I'm moaning or complaining. Just try and get my camera somewhere steady so I can use my hands. I see a few police constables in there. I wonder if Abby will come out today. You can ask her on a date. I really want a pulled pork. No, I don't. I couldn't. I'd feel sick. I actually would. But I see a fair amount of police staff and a fair amount of police constables. They're not looking at me. It's a big police station compared to the other ones I've seen down here. And that other one we were at earlier was tiny. I feel like Sergeant was a bit butthurt. Been thinking about it on my bus journey. It's strange because when I went to the bus stop, which I had to walk a little way from the bus stop to the, from the police station to the bus stop, the police constable, the police sergeant who was there, who I spoke to outside, he was actually already in a car down by the bus stop. So I don't know whether that was just a coincidence or not. They didn't pursue me on the bus or anything like that, so perhaps it was just a coincidence. You know, as I sit here and I look around, like I didn't really look around last time, but it actually does look like you can look into the police station from the other side. So I mean, shortly we may walk round there and see if we can take a look in at the police vehicles. It looks quite a big yard. Just realised sitting down on this bench in white shorts is probably not a good idea. Never mind, hey? We'll be off home soon anyway. I don't know whose little smoking spot this is, but I wonder if that's the police coming out here to smoke. That'd be interesting. You'll be able to see if any of them come out. Are they allowed to smoke in their uniform, I wonder? I don't know. I would guess no. Definitely would guess no. Looks like we've got a police car coming out now. Well, not looks like, we have. So I'm wondering whether they'll challenge me. I'm really hoping that they'll just not. But I don't actually hold much hope of that, if I'm being honest. Because I think about it, they can obviously see me now. They're just sat there looking at me. So I anticipate them coming over. So we'll see how they react to me. Oh, they could have just been radioing for the gate to open, which could have been potentially what they were doing. So she would have a look at me if she wanted to say something. So here we are, reverse lights on. Yeah, here we go. Reverse lights. I'm parking up. Hiya.
You okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Just let you know I'm recording.
That's fine.
Cameras.
Please don't delete that 7184. I will be requesting a copy, alright?
Thank you, no problem.
Okay,
can I just ask why you're here and what you're filming?
Can I ask you a question first? Can I?
I think you're going to. Go on.
Well, another question. That was already two, wasn't it? Am I committing a crime?
It's a bit suspicious.
Is suspicion a crime?
Sorry?
Is suspicion a crime?
Well, I'd just like to know what you're doing.
I know. What are you doing?
Right, what's your name?
What's your name?
What is your name? Have you got any ID on you?
What do you want my ID for?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I see.
Sorry, I did actually ask you a question.
Was he already stopped checked earlier on today?
Can I just point out as well, neither of you two have identified yourselves.
Don't need to, we've got the shoulder numbers on.
What if I can't read?
Well, you can ask me. My shoulder number is 71326.
And your name, please?
My shoulder number is 7326.
Three forms of ID. I'll take your uniform as one. Your number is two. Your policy says you do. If you want to carry on with that, that's absolutely fine. I won't press you. But just so you know, I will be making a complaint.
Of what?
You're failing to identify with three forms of ID.
Okay.
As your policy requires.
Okay. What are you filming for?
My own purpose.
And what is that?
Matters of public interest. So, can I help you with anything else?
We were just wondering why you were filming.
I've actually told you.
Matters of public interest.
Uh-huh.
What is that public interest, can I ask?
Yeah. Basically, when members of the public are interested in stuff, is that.
Okay. But what specifically?
Police.
What
Police.
Yeah,
Police.
but do you not think there's enough already on the telly that's documented about police? And
One
what
side
we do
is.
and how we do
Oh,
it?
absolutely. One side is. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But the fact that you guys just flouted your policy, that wouldn't have been on the news. Like, not a lot of people know that when police approach, like your colleague here just asked me for my name, my details. I haven't committed a crime. Now, if you approach somebody who wasn't, sorry, I'm actually in the middle of speaking to your colleague. No, to ask. You don't. No, but I saw you were offended when I didn't give it. But the thing is what I'm trying to point out is, sorry, you keep interrupting me. Do you have a bee in your bonnet? Do you have a bee in your bonnet?
Yeah, because I think you're being deliberately difficult.
I'm not being difficult. By exercise, I'm exercising. Sorry,
why you're filming.
Okay, I'm exercising my rights to remain silent. Okay, from now on.
Okay. You're not under caution or anything, so we haven't given you the right to remain silent, but that's fine. But
So I'm not under caution. So that means I'm free to go.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So if I'm free to go, that also means I'm free to stay, doesn't it? The law works both ways. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, we were just asking you what you're up to.
That's fine. You're well within your rights to ask me, but I don't have to tell you, do I?
So what was this other side of the story then? You said that you think that there's enough on the telly about the police and what we do, but you said that the other side of the story is not shown. What are you hoping to capture, bud?
Sorry, I won't answer that question. I find it slightly intrusive.
Okay, fair enough.
Mhm.
I'm really trying to ask you what you do.
Yeah, that's
what
fine.
You're hoping to
That's
achieve,
fine. I
that's
don't
all.
think you've been rude to me.
I'm just interested in what it is that you're trying to.
I'm interested in the police too,
Yeah?
as are loads of other people. Not just police, government officials, everybody. Yeah.
Interested in what
Public
aspect?
servants.
Interested as in like how we do our job, or interested
Yeah.
as in it's something you'd like to do yourself?
Oh no,
or-
absolutely not. Would I
No?
ever be a copper? No way.
Why
I'd
is
be
that?
hated.
It's not that bad.
I'd be hated. Do you know what the thing is? There's a few police constables,
Yeah.
not just Devon and Cornwall, but all over the place, who give majority of the police a bad name. Do you know what I mean? So it's my rights to film a police constable in their duty. I'm legally allowed to do it. The fact that your colleague is there, stood there,
What is
record.
it?
The fact
Yeah,
that your
we
colleague
are-
is stood.
we
I
have
know,
cameras as
I
well,
know,
we
and you're,
record too.
I know you're recording, but
Yeah.
I'm not questioning you about that. I mean, I could come here and say, do you know what? I've heard so much about gang activity in here. You're wearing gang colours. You know, I could come. I mean, do you guys permit to a search?
Do we what, sorry?
Do you guys permit to a search?
Do I permit to a search?
Yeah, will you let me search you?
You don't have legal
You
powers
don't have
to
a
do
legal
that.
power to
But
search.
I can citizens arrest you on an indictable
But
offence,
I
right?
haven't committed
That
an
doesn't
indictable
cover
offence.
any
But you're part of a
search
gang,
powers.
aren't you?
No, an organisation.
A gang.
Government
A
organisation.
Blue Klux Klan. That's what we call it.
Who calls it that?
We,
Who's we?
the people. The people who you serve.
I've not heard that before.
No, but yeah, we call you the Blue Klux Klan because you all stick together. Either of you have that thin blue line flag on?
No?
No, I
Thank-
don't actually.
I appreciate that, and a lot of people will appreciate the fact that you're not wearing it. I think it's disgraceful that you can disgrace our nation's flag. It's a joke, isn't it?
That's your opinion, you're entitled to
It's not
that.
just my opinion, you know. Why is it that some police constables wear it anyway?
Just to support the police in general.
It just seems strange, you know, for the police to need to support the police. That means they must be aware of the disconnect. So why aren't they doing
No,
anything?
I think it's more around the fact of we get a lot of negative publicity.
Because of the
And
police
a lot
constables I spoke
and a lot
about.
of people have a lot of hatred towards the police.
Yeah.
And actually, when you've got naturally you've got a lot of hate towards you, you want to support each other, don't you?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we might be wearing uniform. We're human beings too.
Oh, I totally appreciate that. I appreciate that. There's a PCSO here, Abby, blonde hair, Abby. She's
Yeah.
lovely person. I encountered her before.
Most of us are.
Well, I don't know about most, but I won't say that all of the police force aren't nice, because that's not true. I've met nice police
Absolutely not.
constables.
At the end of the day, the reason that we join this job is to help people.
Yeah.
And to keep people safe. We're
And
not
uphold
here-
the law.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're not here to be horrible to people.
No,
We're
I
here
didn't.
to help
I didn't
people,
think so.
aren't we?
Yeah. Well,
So,
debatable, but I get the whole ethos. The thing is, like I said about those police constables who don't actually honour their oaths, you know, they don't act within the law. For example, I've been doing this for a while. I've stood outside a police station once with my camera,
yeah.
and I was cuffed, arrested, and searched under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, which is an utter joke, considering you have to have reasonable suspicion that I am committing terroristic activities, and the fact that I openly told you what I was doing at the beginning shows you I wasn't. The fact that you don't accept my explanation.
The only thing is, because we don't know who you are, you have to appreciate some people lie to us.
Yeah,
So
but
obviously, because I don't know you, I can't guarantee that you're telling the truth.
No, I
And
know, but the
it's
thing
odd
is
that
the thing
somebody
is,
would film a police station.
no, it's
and
not odd,
There
but
are some people that deliberately film police stations
to target police
to
officers
target.
to do
and
what?
their families, to harm them. Because people
Yeah.
don't like police.
Well, I'm not
and,
doing
and
that.
and
But
sometimes commit terrorist offences.
here's the
So-
thing. Here's the thing, though. Sorry, what was your name again?
I didn't tell you my name.
7184. Then is that how I should address you?
You can
As
if you want
7184. May I have your surname, as your policy says you have to
No,
give me? No.
no.
Okay, cool. I'll be making a complaint about that.
You
I
can
don't-
do
yeah.
that, but policy
That's where-
doesn't state
It
that I
does.
have to
It
give you
does.
my
I'm well aware of your policies and procedures. Just to touch on what you just said, as I was saying to your colleague, in this world, we, as human beings, you said we're all human. I agree, we are. As human beings, we go on what we do know, not what we don't. So because you don't know who I am, that shouldn't give you enough suspicion to want to have a conversation with me. I'm just a member of the public, sat on a public bench, on a public road, with my camera. I haven't committed offence.
But
I don't plan on committing
you're
offence.
directly pointing your camera into a
I know,
police station.
but I'm...
So
Okay, let me ask you a question
bearing in
then. If I was stood out here with a pen and a piece of paper, drawing it, would you have stopped me?
I
I
would know
would-
what you were drawing at the
yeah,
time,
I'd
when we
probably
drove
be
round.
But you don't know what I'm recording. Even to this
I can see
point...
where it's pointing,
Yeah, I know
so-
you can see where it's pointing. However, even to this exact point now, you don't know if my camera's switched on or not.
No, I don't. You're right.
Do you see what I mean? So you made an assumption,
Yeah.
which you
Yeah,
shouldn't
I
do.
just feel like you just want to argue about it.
I don't want to argue. Do you know what I want to do? I'll tell you what I want to do, 7184. I want to live in a world where if I am not committing an illegal activity, I will be left alone by the police. That's what I want.
But you're drawing attention to yourself by sitting outside of a police station, recording directly into the rear yard of a police station.
When you guys come out,
So
did you
if
see me talking?
If you don't want to be hassled by the police or for the police to come and speak to you, don't draw attention to yourself.
So as a police constable, you're saying that if I don't want the police to talk to me, I mustn't draw attention to myself.
I think you're twisting my words slightly.
Okay, explain.
I just have.
I don't understand what you mean.
Right, well, okay.
That's why when I
We're not gonna get anywhere.
so you're not going to explain to me what you mean.
As long as you want, but
I
don't
did.
be surprised if every car that comes out asks you.
That's fine, and do you know every car that comes out will get the same response.
Yeah.
All right. One last thing. You're dismissed. Anyway, I can't remember where I was, what I was saying. I think I might have just been speaking about the police constables as they were coming out. But as you could see, they both had bees in their bonnet. They didn't like that at all. So obviously they haven't learned. I don't know if you heard her on the radio. I can only assume that she was speaking to the sergeant from the other place that I was at. She said, has he stopped and accounted already? Which they know I haven't. These guys are going off on an emergency call there. Yeah, they asked if I'd done a stop and account, which I'm assuming they were hoping to try and get my name again. But I guess we've proved that even despite what happened at the commando centre recently, I'm not as known as I thought I could potentially have been down here. I mean, considering that sergeant came out last time and we had that whole... do you know, one thing, let me get to this, because I've been thinking about this, about watching audits, watching some of you other guys out there. And the places where you go into places where revisits or where other auditors, etc., have been, and why don't the police have any kind of internal something or other? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, right? If somebody has already been there with a camera and they've had the whole conversation about photography not being a crime, etc., why in the name of God would they come out to a different person and say something? That doesn't make any sense to me. The only sense I can make of that is that they literally are just trying to get numbers. Like, they just think, well, let's go and see what this guy knows and see if we can get this guy. But excuse me, because at the end of the day, that was all those fruit shoots I drank earlier. At the end of the day, one person doing it is the same as the other. So you would have thought that they would just allow people, but no. They don't. They still kind of want to continue the same old way they want to go. So, I don't know these people. These people are weird. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it, I think, for now. I did have a few other people looking at me from outside, but I don't think I'm going to stay. Sit here for another 5 more minutes in the hope that I can get a nice police constable or somebody who doesn't seem to want to abuse me. Feel bad for saying dismissed to those constables. should have told them to off your trot instead.